Yo, this world is so full of stuff to bring you down. And whenever you open your eyes, the only thing you can see is negativity sometimes. And you wonder how in the world can I get through it? Well, the children of Israel did the same thing. If you study in 1 Samuel chapter 17, that is about the story of David and Goliath. Most people that has read the Bible has heard of David and Goliath, but a lot of those that have not haven't. So let's break it down a little bit. You have the children of Israel that has fought against all these armies and won with lower numbers than others. But when they came to this one army, they all got scared because they had this big, tall, muscular man that was like a soldier look. Came out, said, "I challenge one on one. Pretty much winner takes all. Come on, let's put this down." And because they saw the size, they saw the strength, they saw everything that the world would see in a warrior. And they felt themselves so belittled. They couldn't stand up. They all cowered down. Until David, which was a little shepherd boy, that even his own family pushed him off to the side to the fields. He's not a soldier material when they came looking for a future king. He trusted in God, and he had already killed a lion and a bear while watching the sheep. See, God trained him in the small things in life. So when he came to bring stuff to his brothers, he heard this, and he was astonished. Why y'all all carried down? Hasn't God brought y'all through everything else before? So he took a simple sling and stone that people would play with as a kid. Same thing that he has used to protect his sheep. And he went out to face the biggest and baddest that they could see. One person. He was laughed at by all the others. Even his own brothers thought he was out there to insult him. But I love what he says, what David says before he goes out. If you go to 1 Samuel 17, very last thing he says in 47, "For the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you in our hands." If you go to Ephesians 6:12, we find out that we don't fight against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, darkness, stuff we can't see. If you go on over to 1 John 4:4, we find out that greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. Put all that together. This right here symbolizes every single thing that the world's going to throw at you. No matter how great it is, it looks overwhelming. And I know it might look so dark at times. But Jesus said before he left that I'll be with you always, even to the end of the time. He was talking to the ones that believe in him, they'll trust in him, they'll carry his word out there. And whenever you have all this dark enemies standing around, trying to come down on everybody, and you think that evil is just so surpassing, and you want to hunker down and hide like the Israelites here, remember, the battle is not ours in the first place. It never was. The battle is the Lord's. And if we're going to fight on that battle, then we do it starting on our knees in prayer to him for his guidance, his strength, his wisdom. Because you cannot fight the supernatural and the spiritual whenever you're drained yourself by not reading and not praying. You must first refuel yourself. You must first get on the on that same spot that David was. He said, "This battle is not ours, but it's the Lord's." And that we can face anything that comes our way. Because there's nothing that you're going to face today that God has not already seen coming. And He's there to carry you through it, no matter how dark it may seem. He's there to pick you up and walk with you through it. And He's not going to snatch you out of that fire every time. He's not going to put you in a place of ease and please and just rest. If so, how can the rest of the world see His glory and His comfort whenever they're stuck in it too? But He will carry you through it, He will walk you through it, and He will comfort you through it. 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 3 and 4 explains why He's not going to take you out, but He's going to walk with you through. He's going to comfort you through it for one purpose, so you can comfort others that don't know Him, so you can help the rest of the world see Him. You know, David was the King David. He was a man after God's own heart. Because he didn't let the things of this world limit him, put him down. He gave it to God. Live, die, belittled. It was all for God. And I praise God for that. Y'all are so loved by God. If only you'll read His Word, you can see. You'll see how much He does love you and how much He's given for you and how much He wants you to be with Him. There is nothing in this world that you're going to face that He cannot help you come out of. Don't give up. Pick up the Bible and let it be your sword. When you go to your knees, let that be your battlefield. And do your part. Don't be afraid to stand up when it's time to stand up. But wait on Him. He's going to lead you to victory. May God bless.